LPT. Use a reloadable prepaid card to pay for your gym membership. The gyms are extremely hard to cancel, and most auto-deduct your fees. This helps to minimize your financial losses.
LA Fitness are pains in the ass to cancel. Want you to come in, so they can try and haggle with you to stay. I just went in and told them I was moving to Yukon, Canada. No LA Fitness up there.
And now many of them ask for bank account and routing number lol.
A lot of places won't accept a prepaid card though.
Can't they just send you to collections and your credit?
I used to generate a digital credit card number. It's tied to your bank account and comes out like a debit, but you can cancel it at any time and/or set monthly limits. It's much easier than getting a prepaid card.
In my country, the corporate companies did this kind of. I bought a mobile through EMI, installment, and I settled the full amount within a given time period, but that motherfuckers took money even after paying the whole amount, so I complained and asked for the refund. So they asked sorry and refunded me after 15 working days, but the next month they took my money again. So again I complained them and got the refund after 30 working days.
I had a gym membership and they closed my location. The next closest location was far enough away that they had to let me out of my contract. I get a call from them one day because the card on file had expired. They wanted to update it so they could continue charging me. I told them that my contract had been cancelled due to closing and they actually owed me money. The guy looked at my account and realized I was right. He said if I gave him a current credit card he could just refund the money to it. I told him to mail me a check.
Recently had to figure out how to cancel an EOS membership. Turns out you have to email or call another company, ABC Fitness, or something like that, to request cancellation.
Why not using my credit company to solve for this, if it's unauthorized charges? Better than debit card.
LPT. Read and understand the contracts that you are signing. Not paying anymore is not canceling.
Most memberships are financed personal loans. If you sign up for a year, cancel after a few months, you may legally owe the gym for a full year.
I've literally had to close up an account and move banks when a company would not stop trying to pull funds. Be very careful who you give pull permission. Kept apologizing for the mistake and assured us it wouldn't happen the next month, but it did. The company's name rhymes with spray tea and tilde brea brie, edit, AT&T, sorry. I thought spray tea and brie sounded funny. Maybe there's a joke with that. Wells Fargo would only let me block an authorized ARC 1 month at a time and told me to take it up with AT&T.
My go-to is to tell companies I'm going to jail. No questions, just, oh okay, cancelled. Probably not great with companies that might keep that on your record, but for basic services etc. it works well.
I'm so glad this is the top comment because they were the biggest pain in the for me to cancel. I had a membership for a few years. I moved away and called to cancel and they told me to come into the nearest club to cancel in person. Told them I can't since I am far from any club and they told me to write HQ a letter and mail it to them stating I want to cancel. I told them I am not doing that. I am letting them know now I want to cancel my membership. They told me I cannot cancel over the phone. I called my bank and blocked transactions from them on my credit card so they couldn't charge me anymore. A more senior sounding employee called a few months later about the card block and said I owe them X amount. I explained the situation and told them I blocked them through my credit card because they would not let me cancel my membership and that I am not paying. He checked the system and saw I hadn't been to a gym in months and finally agreed to cancel my membership. They are never getting my business again.
Only got them Rocky IV montage style workouts up there.
Mine made me go in 4 times before I could cancel. 1. They aren't here on weekends. 2. They're only here 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 3. They left early today. The 4th time I took my work laptop and set up shop in their lobby while I waited. Started talking about fixing lines of code and doing merge requests etc. on headset. Still took them 30 minutes before someone could help me out. It's a complete scam how they have 20 people who can sign you up but only half a person who can cancel your membership.
When COVID happened, LA Fitness closed, but I was still being charged monthly. I tried to call to cancel, but no one was working. I went online and finally found a link after searching for an hour it seemed. The link took you to a form to fill out, to print and take into the location, which was, you guessed it, closed still. I was out on hold for over an hour with their corporate number. I finally just canceled my debit card it was on and got a new one. The next month after I got my new card, they somehow got my new card number and charged it again. I finally explained to my bank what was going on and they did a chargeback for the prior months after I went into the bank and filled out a bunch of forms. Apparently it's legal for companies to get your new card numbers and charge those cards if you have auto pay with them already.
I was required to go in person to cancel my old gym membership too. I got there and they couldn't figure out how to cancel my app on their computer. They told me to come back the next day. I looked at them, burst into hysterical tears, and went on a long rant about how my fiancé had just died, unfortunately true, and how it was really hard for me to have pulled myself together to even get there that day. Then they cancelled it.
I did the same thing cancelling Xfinity. I told them I was moving to a place where they didn't service and they immediately stopped fighting it. Tried selling me phone stuff though, so I told them my work paid for phone services.
Yep, UFIT got me on that years ago when I was easy to take advantage of. Ultimately had to leave and contest charged with my bank, who surprisingly sided with me. UFIT.
My Capital One credit card lets me create a new virtual card on the spot so you can use it for things like this. Then you can just cancel the virtual card.
Yeah, Planet Fitness requires an actual check. I don't even use checks anymore.
Yes, the type of gym that won't let you easily cancel are the same ones that will send this to collections. This is horrible advice.
I thought I would see this higher up. Prepaid, one-time use cards via will temporarily help you keep a few bucks, but if you don't cancel in the way the company deems proper, which is often a huge hassle, they can your credit for the next few years, which spells out to thousands of extra dollars in interest because of the rate you'll get for your car, home, etc. Canceling might be a pain in the, but it's not worth the credit hit you'll take.
Also recommend I use it for all my subscriptions now.
For Europeans, Revolut, I've used it a couple of times for a virtual card and haven't had any problems yet.
Citi cards also provide this.
Amex helped me get out of Planet Fitness and get some refunded.
All this does is put you into debt that will show up unpaid on your credit report.
PSA for pet owners, this is how Banfield Pet Hospital does their wellness plans. You still owe them for the year even if your pet dies.
Lol, just say the name of the company.
Why not just say the name of the company? It's not illegal to give a review.
I just say I lost my job or something like that. Has worked every time.
Canceling gym membership, believe it or not, straight to jail.
Crunch Fitness did this to me, except I had to go to the same gym where I signed up to cancel because I didn't move far enough away, or some garbage line like that. Did the same as you, except I just canceled my card. I was planning on canceling it anyway. I hate gyms. I've started saving my money and piecemealing my own gym little by little. Gonna save a ton in the long run.
I did this to UFIT, except I filled out a form accusing him of theft to my state's attorney general. They froze my membership during COVID and unfroze it without my permission. After that they were very nice and apologetic. They went from offering me $80 of guest passes to refunding me all of the $200+.
This is why you find a local family-owned gym. Mine is 24/7 $20 a month, cancel anytime in an old car sales garage lot. But they have some of the best equipment I've ever seen in a single gym, and usually 2 to 3 different stations of the same kind of machine but different brands, so it helps with finding the ones that feels best for you. Also cool cause they have a shelf running around the who place where members can put up their trophies that they won while training there, so you're just surrounded by different IFBB competition awards, powerlifting awards, and a couple old Olympic medals. Can't beat that kind of atmosphere.
Punching moose and rabbits.
I can't stress enough how using a debit card for purchases is a terrible idea in this day and age of rampant fraud. When you get fraudulent charges on a debit card, you are then fighting the bank to get back your money in your checking account. When fraud occurs on your credit card, the bank will fight to get their money back from the credit card processing companies. Get a credit card with no annual fee. Pay it off in full every month. Can fairly easily get a card that gives you 1% or more cash back on every purchase. I get around $300 back a year and my expenses are fairly low. You will also help your credit score by decreasing your credit usage percentage.
The number doesn't really matter. They use another identifier to charge your account directly. This is how refunds can go back to a new card that has been issued to you as well.
I told them, after 16 years, I am moving to a local service provider who gave me 300 Mbps down and 200 Mbps up for $55. They canceled without a single protest.
I just said, your competition ran 1 gigabit fiber to my house, and they cancelled without another word.